Hey yo, what up though, fellas? Back at it again with another video, because we improving every day. Today is a subscriber requested topic that he requested like a week ago or something. And it was a pretty good question. He asked, what was worse, being arrogant or having a lack of confidence? And I thought that was a really good topic because they tie hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes arrogance is a sign of low self-confidence. Now just to explain what arrogance really is, according to psychmechanics.com, there's four main reasons why somebody may be arrogant. First thing they list is that someone's done great things. Second thing is, you've done nothing great in life. The third reason is using arrogance as a defense mechanism, right? And the fourth and final reason they list is because you want attention, right? Now, the first one, being arrogant because you've done great things, that's not very common. So we just gonna use the second, third, and fourth as examples today when we talking about what's worse, arrogance or a lack of confidence. Now, a lack of confidence, we all know what a lack of confidence is. Excuse me. It's just, when you have a low sense of self-worth, you don't hold yourself in a high regard. You don't look at yourself as someone who deserves respect. You don't look at yourself as someone who's honorable, respectable, admirable, valuable. You know what I'm saying? When you look in the mirror, you don't see a king. You don't see a god. You don't even see a man. You get me? So now, getting into which one is worse, let's go down this list of reasons for arrogance. This is all going to tie into the end. So you've done nothing great in life. That was the second reason they listed. Many people, who've done absolutely nothing. When you do things that are great, whatever it is, whether, you look really great, you work hard to look good, you make change in the community, you have a lot of influence, whatever it is, when you've done great things, you have a sense of confidence that can't be replicated. You have an energy to yourself that can't be just replicated by someone trying to behave as such. When you've actually done things and when you have proof to show for it, you move and you operate and you have a different vibe, you have a different aura, and people can feel it. You know what I'm saying? People can really feel that. Some people who've done nothing and they know they've done nothing and they know that, they're disappointed in themselves for having done nothing, and they know that other people are not going to be impressed by the fact that they've done nothing. What they'll try to do is replicate the confident aura that someone who's done great things carries. And ultimately in doing that, they come off arrogant. They come off with a big head. They come off with this huge ego. It's a delusion of grandeur. So other people are looking at them sideways because, what are you projecting yourself so hard for? Why are you trying to act so uppity and so important for? Then people are going to question, what have you done? Whereas with a lack of confidence, people can sense a lack of confidence as well. People can sense a lack of confidence from a mile away. Not only can you see it, but you can feel it. You can see it in the way a person carries himself or herself, in the way they walk, in the way they, their body language, the way they maneuver. You can hear it in the way they speak. You could feel it through their eye contact when someone has a low self-confidence, and it's not really a matter of which one is worse. It's really a matter of, which one is more detrimental to yourself. So we're going to keep going to the third reason they listed, which was using arrogance as a defense mechanism. Now, this is the most common one, I think, amongst, regular people in the daily life. Using arrogance as a defense mechanism, psychmechanics.com, they state that if you're insecure and you fear rejection from other people, then you may behave arrogantly towards them. Arrogance in this case helps you to kind of reject others before they can reject you, a preemptive strike. You know what I'm saying? So it's that I'm gonna get him before he get me, or I'm gonna get her before she get me mentality. It's when you know at the core that you've been hurt and you still feel the pain from that hurt. And so you're weak on the inside. And so in order to prevent, having that pain be struck again, or having a new hurt, to keep from experiencing new pain, new hurt, what you do is you put on this arrogant attitude to try to seem strong, to try to seem on the defensive end, to try to seem confident, to try to seem like you have the upper hand in all situations when really you don't. You know what I'm saying? When really you don't. And people can feel that as well. You could always, people could walk in a room and see the way people act and be like, that person fronting on everybody. That person is acting. Why they acting like that? They know that's not really them. A good example is a lot of females. A lot of females, they will put on a front, put on an act, very arrogant act, a very, very big-headed, big ego act, to try to seem more, stronger than they really are, more powerful than they really are. But when they do that, you can always tell. You can tell this chick, she kind of weak. She kind of weak-minded. She just acting. This ain't really her. I don't even know why she acting like this. It's not attractive. It's not cute. You know what I'm saying? And she might be hella loud, really boisterous. She might go out of her way to try to intimidate you with, certain kind of behavior, saying certain things, asking you certain things, looking at you a certain kind of way. You feel me? And that's very off-putting to people. It's very off-putting to people. Now, low confidence is off-putting to people, but low confidence can do a couple things, right? I've met people with low confidence who I could tell, maybe it's just a couple things that's not right. It's a couple screws that's loose, and, I want to address it. We have conversation. I get to learn who they are. And eventually, through asking the right questions and developing enough trust from them to me, they explain, what the way they feel about themselves. And then I try to help them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to do. Find a way I can help or assist, And so with low confidence, it's a loud feeling, but sometimes it can actually draw people in. Now, if your confidence is super low, if it's hella low, then you drain a lot of energy from a room. You drain people's energy when you interact with them. You drain people's energy when you walk in a room with them. So people really don't want to be around you. Because if your confidence is really low, then you talk like you have low confidence. Everything that comes out of your mouth is probably negative. The way you look at people, the way you sit around people, is draining everybody's energy. Now, the third reason, or the fourth reason rather, why they listed a person may be arrogance, because they want attention. Now, that's very common as well. When people know that the way they look or the way they are, who they are really on the inside, isn't impressive. It doesn't leave an impression on people. It doesn't draw people in. They try to act in a way that's going to garner a lot of attention. And that has a lot of backstory to it. They might have had parents who didn't show them enough attention, or whatever the case may be, but it's always a reason behind it. And so, they'll be loud. They will be all over the place, just doing too much. That phrase, he just doing too much, or she just doing too much. They never come off cool. They always come off just doing the most, man. Never cool, never relaxed, never just chill. They don't know how to mesh with the energy of the room. They always come in and they want to be the one that's turned up. They want to be the one that's making all the noise, drawing all the attention. And that's a big turn off as well, because no one wants to be with somebody who is purposely trying to just garner attention 24/7. when it's not even your authentic behavior, when you going out of your way to try to make all these people look at you and you want all these people to talk to you or, brush past you and give you their energy, when really it's because it's just the way you act. It's just the way you acting because you know that who you are is not going to get any attention from itself. Now, lack of confidence in that aspect, it's the same thing. It's just the opposite. So they both have low confidence, but one of them is just trying to get attention from other people. The other one is probably going to avoid attention from other people. So they probably not going to want to go out. They probably going to want to stay in the crib. Or when they do go out, they're not going to want people to look at them. They're not going to want to talk to people. They're going to do things to try to hide themselves from others because they're trying to avoid attention. So the question of which one is worse, being arrogant or a lack of confidence, really most arrogant people have a lack of confidence, to be honest. Now, there's some people who do truly have a delusion of grandeur, which means they hold themselves in too high of a regard relative to who they are and what they've done and what they're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I would say that arrogance is worse, because arrogance is just, for the most part, another layer on top of a lack of confidence. It's just another layer on top of the lack of confidence. You feel me? It's putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg. You feel me? It's putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg. Whereas the lack of confidence, can be recognized. It can be remedied. It can be fixed quicker. Because with arrogance, you're trying to hide to other people and hide from yourself your own lack of confidence. With arrogance, it's harder to get someone to recognize their arrogance because most of the time they're doing it to hide themselves from realizing who they truly are. So you have to do a lot more of a psychological breakdown on someone who's arrogant as opposed to someone who has a lack of confidence. You feel me? And, I'm gonna end the video there. I made my point, but I'm gonna finish with this. A lot of people try to pretend that, when you have confidence, everybody or a lot of people are going to think you arrogant or call you arrogant. And I'm just here to say that's not true. If everybody is calling you arrogant, if you got hella friends that say you arrogant, all the women you come across say you have an arrogant attitude, then you may want to check yourself. It's different if one person or two people have said you arrogant out of, tens or hundreds of people you've interacted with or talked to. But if half the people you talk to or, most of the people you talk to make note of your arrogant attitude, check yourself. You might be arrogant, bro. You might be arrogant. When you're confident, people appreciate confidence. People are not just going to call you arrogant because you confident. You feel me? So I'm going to end it there. That's the topic for the day, man. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.